Hey guys, welcome in. Shaman here, and today we are looking at a new build that I was working on, and this is based on the Vespiquen that came out in Obsidian Flames, and so it's kind of a new build, still working on it. There's a couple of things I think we can add to it, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. So the Pokemon that we have in here, we've got Combee, which Combee is going to get us to the Vespiquen. I've got Rowlet, and I'll show why, because we want to go to Dartrix. Dartrix is going to do some damage against benched Pokemon. Now, a Manaphy will absolutely kill this deck, but I haven't been seeing a lot of Manaphy lately, so I'm not sure if it's just the draws that I've been getting or if it's just not a ton of people are using it, but we'll see. So we have shoot through, and then we also have Zarude V, which Zarude V with 1 energy does leap to leap, 30 damage to the opponent and the benched Pokemon. We have Spinda, which is my favorite part of this build and kind of the origination, does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Now this can be negated very easily with tool cards that absorb damage, so you want to be on the lookout for that. However, there's ways to do like Lost Vacuum and get rid of tool cards. So you can do that if you want. So we have a few of those. And then we have Vespiquen EX. So we have a couple of these in here. So we have Healing Pheremone. So for 1 energy, you can heal 60 from one of your Pokemon. And for 3 damage, we're going to do 200. And then we're going to put 3 damage counters on each opponent's benched Pokemon that has damage counters. So if you looked at the Spinda is going to do damage to each of the opponent's Pokemon. Hence, if we have a Manaphy, we're kind of hosed. And then if we put 3 damage counters on each of the opponent's bench Pokemon that has any damage counters on it, we can quickly eat up the bench if we can get this one loaded up rather quickly. Other ones we have Bidoof and Bibarel in there, so we can get up some energy. I have Manaphy on my deck just in case, and then we have Bidoof there. So that is the Pokemon. For trainers, I always like having Trekking Shoes just so I can pull a couple of cards that I want. Escape Rope, so I can get something that on the bench that doesn't have damage on it. I can pull it off the bench in case they have Manaphy. We have Gardenia's Vigor, which is my favorite part of this deck. So we have 3 of them. I might buy another one and replace something else because I can load up Vespiquen. If it's on the bench, I can load it up with Gardenia's Vigor. We got Rhyme recently, and I like this because I can switch out the opponent's Pokemon for free, and I get 3 cards myself. So again, if they have Manaphy or something, I can pull that and do some damage to the bench, or I can pull the Manaphy off the bench and knock it out, and then I can do whatever I want. Level Ball to get some Pokemon. We have Jacques, so we can do 2 evolutions. Jacques is incredibly good. I might actually put another one in there. Energy Retrieval. So we can pull some energy in case we have some depleted, because this is not an energy depleting deck. This deck counts on having energy in your hand with Gardenias. Nest Balls, so we can pull some early Pokemon. Capturing Aroma, this is great because you do flip. So if you flip and you don't get it, you still get to pull a card, which I kind of like. We have Clavel, which is 3 basic Pokemon, 120 or less. It's kind of like playing 3 Nest Balls at the same time. Battle VIP. Sometimes just stack these up just so you can get it out of the way and you can get lucky. I don't know. I have a real hard time dedicating 3 or 4 cards to Battle VIP Pass, especially when I have like Clavel and Nest Ball. So I might take it out all together. Boss's Odor, so I can do another switch if I need to. Clara is one of my favorite cards. It'll be almost every deck that I have, so I can put 2 Pokemon from the discard and 2 basics if I want. So that's 2 and 2. You can do 1 or both. Now we have Iono. I've been a big fan of Iono lately, so we've been putting that in. I actually need to put in my full art Iono because we have this secret one that we got. It's pretty awesome. And then we've got Lost Vacuum. Like I said, if you need to get rid of a tool card, or if you need to get rid of another card on like a stadium card, you can get rid of that. Ultra Ball is always good to have in your back pocket. And then switching for getting those Pokemon off their bench. And then we've got Energy. Now, some caveats to this. I have seen some other Pokemon that can attack the bench. So we have like Inteleon. Inteleon can do 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, but we're playing a grass deck. And then we've also got Inteleon VMAX, which you get to pick 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and put 2 damage counters. So that would be helpful as well. We also have Electivire, which would need to evolve from Electabuzz, but for 3 energy, 2 of them being electric, you can do 50 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So not just a bench, you can do 50 to all Pokemon. And that is basically it for some of the variations to this. Now, to make this work, you need to load up Vespiquen kind of quickly. And it would be super helpful to do some of the damage to the bench first. And so you really want to get Spinda out there if possible, and you want to also use escape rope and switch. You can put in cross switchers, so you can use that as an item card. You do need to use 2 of them each time that you do, but if you can put in some Pokemon that pull item cards or some supporters, then that might help the build as well. But let me know what you think of the build, if there's anything I can do better. Not claiming this is great, it's just fun and something new and experimental that I'm working on, as I'm always working on new things to either challenge metas or change metas or something like that. So let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll see you next time on the next video.